Hello, my friends. Twistellys here. Tonight, I've got a story that will have you on the edge of your seat and checking over your shoulder. Ted and Patty, two fearless adventurers, decide to explore an old, abandoned farmhouse, drawn by the thrill of uncovering its secrets. But what they find inside is far more terrifying than they ever imagined. As they navigate the dark, eerie halls, they quickly realize they're not alone. So, grab your popcorn, dim the lights, and get ready for a heart-pounding journey into the unknown. This is the Farmhouse of Horrors. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Let's dive in. Ted and Patty had always been thrill seekers. Urban exploration was their latest obsession, and they had heard whispers about an old abandoned farmhouse on the outskirts of town. The locals claimed it was haunted, but Ted and Patty scoffed at the idea. Armed with their flashlights and a sense of adventure, they set out one chilly autumn evening to explore the mysterious property. As they approached the farmhouse, the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the landscape. The house stood silent and foreboding, its windows dark and empty like the eyes of a skull. The front door creaked open with a nudge, revealing a dusty interior filled with cobwebs and decaying furniture. "This place is creepy," Patty whispered, her voice barely audible over the sound of their footsteps on the creaky wooden floor. "Yeah, but it's perfect," Ted replied, a grin spreading across his face. "Think of the stories we can tell after this." They moved from room to room, marveling at the remnants of a life long forgotten. Broken dishes, faded photographs, and tattered curtains spoke of a time when the house had been full of life. But as they ventured deeper, a sense of unease began to settle over them. The air grew colder, and the shadows seemed to stretch and twist in unnatural ways. Suddenly, a low, rumbling noise echoed through the house. Ted and Patty froze, their eyes wide with fear. "Did you hear that?" Patty asked, her voice trembling. "Probably just an animal," Ted said, though he didn't sound convinced. They continued their exploration, but the noise grew louder, more distinct. It was the unmistakable roar of a chainsaw. Panic set in as they realized they were not alone. "Run!" Ted shouted, grabbing Patty's hand. They bolted through the narrow hallways, the sound of the chainsaw growing closer with each passing second. They burst into the kitchen, only to find their path blocked by a hulking figure. The man was covered in grime and blood, his eyes wild with madness. He revved the chainsaw, a sinister grin spreading across his face. Ted and Patty darted in the opposite direction, desperate to escape the lunatic's clutches. They raced up the stairs, their hearts pounding in their chests. The chainsaw roared behind them, tearing through walls and furniture as the deranged man pursued them with relentless determination. They found themselves in the attic, a dead end. Ted frantically searched for an escape route, but there was none. The only way out was through the window. He smashed the glass with his elbow and helped Patty climb out onto the roof. "Hurry," he urged, the chainsaw's roar now deafening. They scrambled across the roof, slipping and sliding on the loose shingles. The madman was right behind them, his bloodlust evident in his eyes. Ted and Patty leapt from the roof, landing hard on the ground below. They didn't stop to check for injuries, they just ran. The farm was a maze of overgrown fields and rusted equipment. They zigzagged through the landscape, the chainsaw's roar never far behind. Their lungs burned and their muscles ached, but they couldn't afford to stop. Finally, they saw the headlights of a passing car on the road ahead. With a final burst of energy, they sprinted towards the light, waving their arms frantically. The car screeched to a halt, and the driver, seeing the terror in their eyes, let them in. As the car sped away, Ted and Patty looked back at the farmhouse. The lunatic stood at the edge of the property, his chainsaw silent, but his eyes still burning with madness. They had escaped, but the nightmare would haunt them forever. Unreal. What an intense ride that was. Ted and Patty's exploration of the farmhouse turned out to be far more terrifying than they ever expected. I hope you enjoyed this thrilling tale as much as I did. If it kept you on the edge of your seat, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for more spine-chilling stories. I'd love to hear your thoughts and theories about what you think was lurking in the shadows. Drop them in the comments below. Stay spooky, my friends, and remember, sometimes curiosity can lead you to the most unexpected places. This is Twistellys, signing off. Sweet nightmares.